We're Tani and Tori, and we own Wish You. Okay. Hi. We're here to answer questions part 2. So the first question is, why did you start Wish You Were Northwest? Should we go back to the very beginning? Question, I feel like we kind of have to go back to our childhood and tell you guys a little bit about ourselves. We were raised in Washington State. Our mom is super artistic and creative, went to college for art, and our dad is a musician and a small business owner our whole life. The two of them, very spontaneous, very free-spirited. On the weekends, we did a lot of just aimless drives. We'd wake up in the morning and not really know where the day would take us, and it was super fun. We'd end up, just bonding.
Our dad really didn't like having to come back for anything.
Yeah, we ended up all over the state, sometimes, actually often Canada and Oregon and Idaho, and sometimes when we were in Montana, and it was so much fun. Driving home at 2 a.m., sort of like how we did it with the music blaring at 2 a.m. Diners too.
Yeah.
They love
pie.
Dive diners. We always ended up in those eating pie. Yeah. At literally any time of the day too.
Yeah.
Who cares if it was lunch? It was time for pie. And as we got older, the small business stuff of our dad got more and more interesting to us. And I worked for him for a while, and she worked for him for a while.
It was really inspiring watching him overcome the challenges that come along with running your own business.
But clothing and fashion has always been something that you and I have been especially interested in. Our parents don't necessarily care about that at all.
That's true. That's kind of our own thing that somehow came about.
Yeah.
I think you kind of got me into it though.
I probably forced you.
I was usually just running around being a dog.
That's true.
Until I was like 12, and she was like, no, let me give you a makeover.
I worked a lot in retail, and I worked in PR for Neiman Marcus for a little bit, and did fashion shows, and the fashion shows just completely inspired me. That was in California, so when I came back here, there weren't quite as many opportunities to do that, but I knew that it instilled this fire inside of me to be part of this fashion world in some capacity. Why did we start it? That's kind of our background, and then we always knew we wanted to do something together since our stint with wedding videography, and I'd had a couple babies, and so that sort of stopped that for a while. When we started revisiting ideas again, this one was just automatically the first one that came to mind, because we love clothes, we love the area we grew up in, we love the visual arts and photography and videography.
Yeah, just creative expression.
It makes us feel something to look at these photos and videos. It moves us.
Right, and we wanted to incorporate all of those elements into a brand. It was just encapsulating all of those things, and hopefully so that people could feel something. I feel like that's always the drive behind what we do, is the feeling. Because I remember when we first came up with our first shirts, if we couldn't visualize how to photograph it, we would scrap the idea, because it was really important to us that everything had the right mood to it.
We had a feeling or emotion we wanted to convey, and then we would kind of work backwards from there.
We really wanted to make stuff that we would buy ourselves, and we always filtered it through that. Would we spend money on this? Yes or no? And that's guided us a lot.
And does it make us feel something by the words on the shirt? Right. Does it make us does it connect with us? Does it resonate?
We wanted our clothes to be versatile and a little tomboy, and
you can
soft
wear with anything, like jeans or leggings or whatever you want. What are you doing? Wake up. Are you asleep? Are you asleep like me? Many partnerships consist of one person being more on the business side and the other on the creative side. Is that true for you guys?
I think we're pretty split 50-50 with that. We both love the creative side and the business side, and we've tried to split it up before, but it doesn't really work because we end up wanting to do both. So we just sort of wake up and decide who wants to do what each day.
What kind of education do you have?
I never went to school. I just homeschooled my whole life. I did get really into studying business though for a while, and actually music is a big passion of mine. I studied a lot of music business when I was a teenager, and I was like in a band then and stuff, and so I spent tons of time reading music business books and then learning about dogs all the time. Those are like my two subjects as a homeschooler.
I was in school and then I was homeschooled for a portion, and I went back to high school, went to University of Washington, got my degree in psychology. What do you do for a living? We do this. We don't have any other job.
Yeah, it's definitely full time, and we're super excited about that.
Yeah,
Like, we're really thankful we're really thankful that this is our job.
What celeb would you love to see wearing Wish You Were Northwest? Well, I'm having a revival of Beverly Hills 90210 lately. I am literally watching all of them over in my living room. I would have to say that one of those people would be pretty sweet to see.
In that case, I would say Zach Morris. That was it for part 2. So yeah, thank you for watching, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. That's what YouTubers say, I think. I don't know, we're new to this. And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Bye! Yeah, I mean, I think we probably, oops. I think we probably, oh my gosh, how many times I'm going to say this? I mean, I think we probably.